Most people don't stay broke because they're unlucky. They stay broke because of habits. Spending before saving, chasing quick money, avoiding skills that actually pay. It's a cycle. And the worst part? It feels normal. But escaping it isn't about working harder. It's about thinking differently. When you start valuing discipline over comfort, investing over spending, and long-term growth over short-term wins, everything changes. The truth is, getting out of being broke isn't magic. It's a mindset shift backed by consistent action. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Today we will talk about how broke people stay broke and how to escape it fast. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The cycle of financial stagnation. Most people do not stay broke because of one single mistake or one unlucky break. They stay broke because of a repeating cycle of behavior, environment, and mindset that quietly reinforces financial limitation over and over again. This cycle often begins in early adulthood or even earlier, when individuals learn to normalize scarcity, living with just enough money to survive each month without ever building a buffer. In such a system, income arrives and immediately disappears into rent, food, transport, bills, and small lifestyle costs, leaving nothing behind for savings or investment. Over time, this creates a psychological pattern where the brain adapts to zero balance living, meaning that having no savings feels normal and even expected. Once this becomes a habit, breaking out becomes harder because any attempt to save feels like discomfort or deprivation. People begin to believe that financial stability is something external, dependent on luck, salary increases, or outside help, rather than internal discipline. 2. Poor money management and lack of budgeting. One of the most consistent reasons people remain financially stuck is the absence of structured money management. Without a budget, money behaves like water poured into an open container. It flows out in every direction without control or direction. Many individuals underestimate how much small expenses accumulate over time. Daily coffee purchases, ride-hailing services, impulse snacks, streaming subscriptions, and online shopping seem harmless individually, but collectively consume a large portion of income. The problem is not necessarily spending itself, but unconscious spending without awareness of priorities. A budget is not a restriction mechanism. It is a clarity tool. It allows a person to see exactly how money is distributed across needs, wants, savings, and investments. Without this clarity, financial decisions are emotional rather than logical. People often spend based on mood, social pressure, or temporary desire rather than long-term planning. Over time, this leads to frustration because income never seems to last. 3. The trap of instant gratification. Instant gratification is one of the most powerful psychological forces keeping people financially stuck. It is the tendency to prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term reward. Modern society amplifies this behavior through technology, advertising, and social media platforms that constantly promote consumption and comparison. Every scroll exposes individuals to lifestyles that appear more luxurious, more exciting, and more fulfilling than their own, creating pressure to match or imitate them. This leads to impulsive spending decisions that are not aligned with actual financial capability. For example, someone earning a modest income may still finance expensive gadgets, branded clothing, or dining experiences simply to feel included or successful in the moment. However, these short-term pleasures come at the cost of long-term stability. The brain is naturally wired to prefer immediate rewards, but financial success requires overriding this instinct. For lack of high-income skills, a major reason people remain financially limited is not just how they spend money, but how much value their skills create in the marketplace. Many individuals rely on low-income or fixed-salary jobs that do not scale with effort alone. This creates a ceiling where no matter how hard they work, their income remains relatively stagnant. Without developing high-income skills, financial growth becomes slow and limited. High-income skills are abilities that generate significant value in the economy and are often tied to problem-solving, business growth, or specialized expertise. These include fields such as digital marketing, software development, copywriting, sales, data analysis, graphic design, video editing, and entrepreneurship. The key difference between low-income and high-income skills is leverage. Low-income skills exchange time for money directly, while high-income skills can generate scalable or multiplied returns. Unfortunately, many people spend years working in jobs without intentionally upgrading their skill sets. They focus on earning just enough rather than learning enough to earn more. 5. Fear of risk and failure. Fear is one of the most silent but powerful forces that keeps people financially stagnant. Many individuals avoid opportunities that involve uncertainty, even when those opportunities have the potential to improve their financial situation significantly. This fear often manifests as hesitation to start a business, invest money, switch careers, or pursue freelancing. The underlying belief is that safety equals stability, even when current conditions are already unstable. However, financial growth almost always involves some level of risk. The key difference between reckless behavior and strategic growth is calculated decision-making. People who remain broke often interpret risk as danger, while financially successful individuals interpret risk as opportunity with manageable downside. Fear of failure also plays a major role. Many avoid taking action because they are afraid of making mistakes or being judged. This leads to procrastination and inaction, which is itself a form of financial loss because time is the most valuable resource. 6. Influence of environment and social circles. Human behavior is deeply shaped by environment and social influence. People tend to adopt the habits, beliefs, and attitudes of those they spend the most time with. If an individual is surrounded by people who normalize financial struggle, overspending, complaining about money, or avoiding ambition, those patterns become subconscious defaults. Conversations in such environments rarely focus on growth, investment, or skill building. Instead, they often revolve around survival, entertainment, and short-term coping mechanisms. Over time, this creates a mental ceiling where financial limitation feels normal and ambition feels unrealistic. Breaking out of this pattern requires intentional environmental change. This does not necessarily mean cutting off everyone, but it does mean expanding exposure to different perspectives. 7. Ignoring saving and investing early. One of the most critical mistakes that keeps people financially stuck is failing to prioritize saving and investing early. Many believe that saving is something to do after earning more, but this mindset delays financial progress indefinitely. In reality, saving is not about the amount, it is about the habit. Even small, consistent savings build discipline and create a foundation for financial growth. Without savings, any unexpected expense can destroy financial stability, forcing individuals back into debt or zero balance cycles. Investing is the next step beyond saving. While saving preserves money, investing grows it. Yet many people avoid investing due to lack of knowledge or fear of loss. This hesitation keeps their money idle, losing value over time due to inflation. Those who escape financial struggle understand that wealth is not just about earning, but about multiplying resources. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.